Welcome to our first episode of Zach's Facts. I'm kind of known to have a bunch of useless facts and remembering stuff that really doesn't matter much, but that's exactly the intention of this bonus episodes that you'll see going out inconsistently and unregularly. But as I run across things that I want to share, that's when you'll see these. And so I'm going to start with some facts, of course, that I've always known or known for a long time, I guess you could say. And one of my biggest interests when it comes to reading history or nonfiction are the old sailing days on the Navy ships of the naval academies of England, of the U.S., the old rigged ships. And so life on there was quite interesting. What they had to do to survive and the things that they did was always intriguing to me. And so I'm going to start with two facts today that are both tied into this topic. And so, has anybody ever heard of having good 3 square meals a day? Well, I did actually kind of wonder one time, where in the world did they come up with square meal? And in my reading of naval history, I ran across it. And really what it came down to is it originated in the English Royal Navy because they used square wooden plates. And they had to do that because it helped prevent the plates from slipping around on the table, because 4 pieces of wood were nailed together in the shape of a square. And so they would do that on the table. And then the square plates, honestly, also maximized storage space. And sailors were assured that they were receiving their fair share of food because everything was consistent and similar to the guy next to him. And so that term square meal started to pop up, 3 square meals a day or 3 squares. And that's where that started. I mean, as simple as that is, that's where it came from, is from the old sailing days on the English ships to make that work the best. And then the other interesting thing is you hear pirates and sailors talk about you scurvy dog. And scurvy was a disease that would come on really just because of a lack of vitamin C in their diet. They're on these ships, food is limited, rations are limited of what they put on their boats. And before they understood what it was, of course, they just grabbed food that they liked or thought that would work. But once they realized that fruits, and specifically citrus fruits, were a great source of vitamin C, they started stocking those on the ships. Because one of the things that humans do not make on their own is their own source of vitamin C. So that's where they had to start really stocking oranges and lemons. And that's also where the term limey came from, is, if you were a limey, you were a naval man. But even before they started really narrowing down on these fruits as the source of vitamin C and holding back scurvy, there was always a group of men that didn't get scurvy no matter what. And they started digging into it and looking into it. And it took them a while to figure it out because nobody wanted to admit what they were doing. Well, rats are one of the few mammals on the earth that actually synthesize and produce their own vitamin C. So the guys who were capturing the rats on the ships and eating them as an extra meal were getting vitamin C into their system that the other guys weren't getting. So those guys were the ones who didn't get scurvy. So just a couple useless facts for you here in just over a couple minutes. And I look forward to catching you on the next side with some more of Zach's Facts.